whether I am audible clearly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ajay. So I would like to welcome you all on 27th session on force of thermodynamics. Okay. So from previous sessions, we started unit number 3, second law of thermodynamics, and so far we discussed limitation of first law of thermodynamics. So just tell me what are the limitations of first law of thermodynamics? Tell me what are the limitations of first law of thermodynamics?
Sir, it doesn't tell us that heat transfer is completely uh, transferable in work, and it doesn't tell us about the direction of heat and work.
Perfect. Very good, Pradeep. Okay, perfect. So these are the two major limitations of first law of thermodynamics. It does not specify the direction of heat flow, and second limitation, it is not possible to convert all heat into work. Okay, so these are the two limitations of first law of thermodynamics. That's why second law is invented. Okay, and in unit number 3 we are going to study the second law of thermodynamics. Okay, and before going towards the statement, we'll go through the concept of cyclic heat engine, cyclic refrigerator, and cyclic heat pump. Okay, so let's come to the first, that is cyclic heat engine. So please let me share my screen with you. Again, please confirm the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it is good.
Okay, thank you. So let's continue. So we started cyclic heat engine in previous session, in previous lecture. Okay. So we have taken example of cyclic heat engine as the thermal power plant. So this is the block diagram of a thermal power plant. There are 4 basic elements in a thermal power plant. Okay. So if you see all these elements, these are nothing but a steady flow energy or steady flow devices: boiler, turbine, condenser, steam condenser, and pump. All these 4 devices are the steady flow devices. Okay. So heat is added into boiler, and boiler contain water. The water is either in a drum or it is flowing through a tubes, bunch of tubes. Okay. So this heat will be taken by water, and this water get converted into steam by keeping pressure constant. Okay. So this conversion of water into steam is carried out by keeping pressure constant, and this process is called as the isobaric process in thermodynamics. Then this steam is generated at high pressure and high temperature. So this steam is expanded in turbine, and this expansion, theoretically this expansion is the isentropic expansion, means there will not be any heat transfer. Okay, so heat transfer will be 0 in turbine. Okay, and this steam during expansion it will produce a work. Student, please ensure to mute yourself while joining the lecture. Okay, so during expansion we get a mechanical work on a turbine shaft. So let's say this work is WT. Then this steam will come out from the turbine at low pressure and low temperature. Then this steam is passed through a condenser. As the name suggests, condenser. So condensation process is carried out in a condenser, and for condensation of this steam, water is continuously circulated in a steam condenser. Okay, so water is at room temperature, steam is at certain temperature. Okay, so this low pressure, low temperature steam is condensed by water. So heat of steam is taken by water. The temperature of water will increase. This water is again passed through cooling towers. Again it is cooled, and it will again enter into condenser. So same amount of water is continuously circulated. So this is called as the steam condensing plant. You will learn in detail in applied thermodynamics theory when you will go through the steam condenser unit. Okay, so here understand Q2 amount of heat is rejected in condenser. So heat is rejected from steam, and again we know whenever heat is removed from gases, it will start to condense. So condensation of this steam will take place. So at point number 4, all steam get converted into saturated liquid, and this liquid is again pumped back to the boiler. Okay, so in pump the flow of water is against the natural flow, so this pump required a external work. So let's say WP is the amount of work required to drive the pump. Okay, so here the cycle is completed. So again reach to the state 1. ठीक है, स्टेट 1 से हमने स्टार्ट किया था, and again we reach at to 1. Okay, so thermodynamic cycle is executed. So we learn the definition of thermodynamic cycle in fundamental concept and definition. Okay, so in cycle, initial state and final states are identical or they are same. Okay, so this heat engine is executing a thermodynamic cycle. Okay, so let's draw a line diagram of a heat engine. So this heat engine is operating between the two temperature reservoir. So let's say T1 is the high temperature reservoir, which is called as the source, and let's say T2 is the low temperature reservoir, which is called as the sink. And here we define T1 is greater than T2. Okay, so this relation is very important. Okay, because this will decide the direction of heat flow. Okay, so if you see here in line diagram, this is the heat engine. So it is drawing or it is removing Q1 amount of heat, or it is taking Q1 amount of heat from the high temperature reservoir source. It is producing W amount of work, and it is rejecting Q2 amount of heat to the low temperature reservoir, that is sink. Okay, and again we learn first law of thermodynamics, unit second. So according to first law of thermodynamics, if a system is executing a thermodynamic cycle, then cyclic integral of heat is equal to cyclic integral of work. Okay, so same thing we return here. Okay, so cyclic integral of work, so it will be Wt minus Wp, but this pump work is very small as compared to turbine work, so this pump work is neglected. Okay, so cyclic integral of work will be Wt minus Wp, but this pump work is very small as compared to the power produced by the turbine, so it is neglected theoretically. So cyclic integral of W will be W, and cyclic integral of Q will be Q1 minus Q2. Q2 is the amount of heat added and Q2 is the amount of heat rejected. So we get W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. Now let's come to the performance. Okay, so as an engineer we are interested to know the performance of each and every device, how that device is performing. Okay, so similarly here we will try to evaluate theoretically the performance of the heat engine. Okay, so performance of heat engine. Let's come to the performance of heat engine. So the most common parameter that is used to evaluate the performance of any device is the efficiency. Correct? Okay. So efficiency of any device. What is the efficiency of any device? What is the general definition of efficiency? Efficiency is
Sir, ratio of net work done upon heat supplied.
perfect. Very good. Very good. Okay. So this is the efficiency of heat engine. Okay. But the general definition of efficiency is output upon input. Any device, कौन सा भी device ले लो. If you want to measure the performance of a fan, electrical fan that we are using in day-to-day life, again we are going to evaluate one of the parameter to evaluate the performance of any device is efficiency, and this efficiency is always output upon input. Okay, so let's apply this definition to the heat engine. whatever Pradeep told, that is absolutely correct. Efficiency of heat engine is work produced by the heat engine divided by the amount of heat supplied. Okay. So let's come to the efficiency. So efficiency is denoted with this symbol. Okay, and it is efficiency of heat engine. So let's put a suffix HE, which indicates efficiency of heat engine. So output of heat engine. What is output from heat engine? थर्मल पावर प्लांट का आउटपुट क्या है?
Q1 minus Q2 W.
Or what is the objective of a thermal power plant? Thermal power plant is supposed to produce the electrical energy. इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए थर्मल पावर स्टेशन होते हैं. ओके, इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी इज प्रोड्यूस बाय द अल्टरनेटर, और अल्टरनेटर को जो एनर्जी लगती है दैट इज अ मैकेनिकल एनर्जी, एंड दिस मैकेनिकल एनर्जी इज जनरेटेड बाय स्टीम टर्बाइन. इफ यू रिकॉल द लाइन डायग्राम ऑफ अ थर्मल पावर प्लांट, ठीक है, स्टीम टर्बाइन में वर्क आउटपुट मिलेगा, मैकेनिकल वर्क मिलेगा, and that mechanical work is converted into electrical work or electrical energy by using a generator. ठीक है, so output of heat engine is always a mechanical work. Okay, so it is denoted with W. And what is the input to the heat engine? So input is the amount of heat liberated due to combustion of fuel. So this is the amount of heat supplied into the boiler. So this will be the amount of heat supplied in boiler Q1. ठीक है, again if you come back to the ब्लॉक डायग्राम ऑफ अ थर्मल पावर प्लांट, ठीक है, वर्क आउटपुट मिल रहा है टर्बाइन में और इनपुट देना पड़ रहा है बॉयलर में, एंड द इनपुट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ heat liberated due to combustion of fuel. So this heat is Q1 amount of heat is supplied, or again you can observe here Q1 is the amount of heat supplied to the engine. So energy input क्या है heat engine को? Heat, and Q1 is the amount of heat we define, that is input to the heat engine. Okay, and W is the amount of work that is developed by the heat engine. Okay, so according to the general definition of efficiency, efficiency of any device is always output upon input. Okay, so by using this theory we can evaluate the efficiency of heat engine. So output of heat engine is W, and input to the heat engine is the amount of heat liberated due to combustion of fuel. So we define Q1 is the amount of heat input. Okay, again we can write, but according to first law of thermodynamics, what is W? It is Q1 minus Q2. So Q1 as it is. So again if you come back here, we define by using first law of thermodynamics, W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. So we can replace this work with amount of heat added minus amount of heat rejected. Okay. So further simplify this, we get so further simplify this, so it will be 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Okay, so if you know the amount of heat supplied and amount of heat rejected, we can calculate the efficiency of heat engine, cyclic heat engine. Okay, clear? Okay, now let's come to the second device. So second one is refrigerator. Second device is refrigerator. Again, refrigerator is a cyclic device. Okay, so refrigerator is a cyclic device and it is used to transfer heat from low temperature to high temperature. Okay, so again let's take a block diagram of a refrigerator, any refrigerator. Okay, so which works on vapor compression cycle. So it consists of a compressor, So let's say this is a compressor. Again, we studied what is compressor. Compressor is a steady flow device which is used to increase the pressure of the fluid. Okay. So this is the compressor. And again, compressor is a power consuming device. So let's say W is the amount of work required to drive this compressor. So this compressor here will enter into a, compress refrigerant, vapor refrigerant will enter into condenser. So here heat is rejected from condenser. Let's say Q1 is the amount of heat rejected from refrigerant to the circulating fluid. Okay. So thereby there will be condensation of the refrigerant. So this vapor refrigerant get converted into saturated liquid refrigerant. Then it will enter into expansion wall or throttle wall. This is the throttle wall. So again we studied throttle wall. Please wait for a minute. Sorry for the interruption. Please let me know whether I am audible clearly. Please confirm whether I am audible.
Sir.
Thank you. So after throttle wall, this refrigerant, low pressure, low temperature refrigerant will enter into evaporator and it will start to produce the refrigeration effect. Okay. So here this refrigerant will absorb, let's say Q2 amount of heat. So again it will evaporate. So this device is evaporator. Okay. So this refrigerant will evaporate because again we know it is a common phenomenon. Whenever heat is added to the liquid, it will start to evaporate. Okay. So here heat will be absorbed by the refrigerant from the refrigerated space. जहाँ पे रेफ्रिजरेशन इफेक्ट प्रोड्यूस करना है वो स्पेस में से हीट एब्सॉर्ब करेगा रेफ्रिजरेंट, इट विल इवापोरेट and these vapors are again sucked into the compressor, compress, and then this high pressure, high temperature vapors are again condensed into condenser by rejecting Q1 amount of heat, and then this saturated liquid refrigerant is passed through a throttle wall. Okay, so here it get converted into low temperature, low pressure liquid refrigerant. It will enter into evaporator, and the temperature of refrigerant entering into the evaporator, in case of domestic refrigerator, it will enter with less than 0 degree Celsius temperature, and as soon as this refrigerant enter into evaporator, it will start to absorb the heat, and thereby it produces the refrigeration effect. Okay, and here the cycle is repeated. Okay, so let's represent the state of refrigerant vapor suck into compressor with 1. So 1 to 2, there is compression of the refrigerant, vapor refrigerant, and during this compression, W amount of work is consumed by the compressor. Okay, so if you see the domestic refrigerator will not work without the electrical energy. अगर इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी नहीं होगा, इलेक्ट्रिकल सप्लाई नहीं होगा, तो आपका रेफ्रिजरेटर काम नहीं करेगा. Okay, so work is required in compressor. So work is in the form of electrical energy. Okay, so this electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. So piston will reciprocate, and during reciprocation of the piston in cylinder, the vapors are sucked and compressed. Okay, so these vapors are delivered to the condenser. Okay, so in condenser, heat is rejected from the vapor refrigerant, and again we know whenever heat is removed from the vapors or gases, the vapors will start to condense. Okay, and this heat rejection takes place by keeping pressure constant. So there is isobaric heat rejection in condenser. So let's say Q1 amount of heat is rejected. Then this liquid refrigerant will pass through a throttle valve. Throttle valve में क्या होता है? So 3 to 4 is the throttling of the liquid refrigerant. So this high pressure liquid refrigerant get converted into low pressure refrigerant. Again its temperature will decrease, and which property remain constant during throttling process? कौन सा प्रॉपर्टी कांस्टेंट होता है थ्रोटलिंग प्रोसेस में? Someone please let me know, during throttling process which property remain constant? Someone please let me know, during throttling process or when any fluid pass through throttle valve, which property remain constant? May I audible?
Isobaric.
I am asking about which property remain constant during throttling process. Throttling process में कौन सा property constant होता है? हमने स्टडी फ्लो डिवाइस स्टडी किए, ठीक है?
Sir, enthalpy remain constant.
Perfect, very good. So during throttling process, enthalpy remain constant. So this H3 is equal to H4, and this type of expansion is called as the isenthalpic expansion. Okay, तो हमने टर्बाइन में देखा था expansion. So in turbine the expansion is the isentropic expansion. In isentropic expansion entropy remain constant, और यहाँ पे जो expansion हो रहा है it is isenthalpic expansion. तो here enthalpy remain constant, and this low pressure low temperature refrigerant will enter into your operator and it will start to produce the refrigeration effect. Okay, now let's draw block diagram of a refrigerator जैसे हमने heat engine का draw किया था. Okay, so again this refrigerator is operating between the two temperature reservoir. So let's use same notation, two temperature reservoir T1 and T2. Again here we define T1 is greater than T2. Okay, so by using this mathematical relation we can clearly identify T1 is the high temperature reservoir, that is source, and T2 is the low temperature reservoir, that is sink. And in refrigerator the direction of heat flow is from low temperature to high temperature. Okay, and that's why it required a external wall. So this is refrigerator. If you recall the block diagram of cyclic heat engine, तो similar block diagram हमने draw किया था. यहाँ पे center में heat engine दिखाया था. Okay, only the direction of heat flow is different here. तो हीट इंजन में क्या हो रहा था, हीट इज फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम हाई टेम्परेचर टू लो टेम्परेचर, ओके। और नेचुरल फ्लो कैसा होता है हीट का, हाउ हीट फ्लो नेचुरली, हीट फ्लो नेचुरली कैसा होता है,
From high potential to low potential or high temperature to low temperature.
करेक्ट, परफेक्ट, हाई टेम्परेचर टू लो टेम्परेचर। यू कैन सी नंबर ऑफ एग्जाम्पल, जैसे मैंने आपको एग्जाम्पल दिया था हॉट कप ऑफ टी, ठीक है। हॉट कप ऑफ टी मीन्स द टेम्परेचर ऑफ टी इज मोर देन द सराउंडिंग, सो हीट विल फ्लो फ्रॉम टी टू द सराउंडिंग, ठीक है। सो दैट इज द नेचुरल फ्लो ऑफ हीट, सो हीट ऑलवेज फ्लो फ्रॉम हाई टेम्परेचर टू लो टेम्परेचर, ओके। सो देर इज नेचुरल फ्लो ऑफ हीट इन हीट इंजन, ठीक है। हीट इंजन अगर रिकॉल करते हैं तो उसमें एरो जो थे फ्रॉम T1 टू T2 थे, डाउनवर्ड्स थे, मीन्स हीट इज फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम हाई टेम्परेचर टू लो टेम्परेचर, ओके। दैट्स वाई वी गेट अ वर्क आउटपुट फ्रॉम द साइक्लिक हीट इंजन। लेकिन यहाँ पे जो हीट फ्लो का डायरेक्शन है, इट इज अगेंस्ट द नेचुरल फ्लो ऑफ द हीट इज फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम लो टेम्परेचर टू हाई टेम्परेचर। सो हियर यू कैन सी heat is flowing, T2 is low temperature, so heat is flowing from low temperature to high temperature, so it is against the nature, that's why it required a external work, okay. Now let's define, so this heat is Q2 and Q1 is the amount of heat rejected to the high temperature reservoir, which is at a temperature of T1. So this is the block diagram of cyclic refrigerator, क्लियर है। तो हीट इंजन जो था उसके सिर्फ डायरेक्शन हमने रिवर्स की, वी गेट अ साइक्लिक रेफ्रिजरेटर, ओके। सो इन साइक्लिक रेफ्रिजरेटर हीट इज फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम लो टेम्परेचर टू हाई टेम्परेचर, so it is against the natural flow of the heat, that's why it required a external work, okay. Now let's again evaluate the performance, okay. So before evaluating, define Q1 is the amount of heat rejected by refrigerator to the high temperature reservoir T1, okay. Define T2, T2 is the low temperature reservoir, and Q2 is the amount of heat removed or heat extracted by refrigerator from the low temperature reservoir T2, and during this it will consume W amount of work. So W is the amount of work consumed by the refrigerator to maintain the T2 temperature, ठीक है। और रेफ्रिजरेटर का पर्पज क्या होता है, द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ रेफ्रिजरेटर इज टू मेंटेन द लोअर टेम्परेचर, और लोअर टेम्परेचर कौन सा है यहाँ पे, विच वन इज द लोअर टेम्परेचर, अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस रिलेशन T2 is the lower temperature. तो रेफ्रिजरेटर का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, टू मेंटेन द टेम्परेचर लोअर देन सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर, ठीक है। सराउंडिंग का अगर 25 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर होगा, मे बी द रेफ्रिजरेटर विल मेंटेन अ टेम्परेचर ऑफ 10 डिग्री और 15 डिग्री सेल्सियस, और इवन लोअर देन 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस इन आइस बॉक्स। रेफ्रिजरेटर में आइस बॉक्स होता है, ओके। तो आइस बॉक्स का टेम्परेचर जो है 0 डिग्री से कम होगा, ओके। सो दिस इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ cyclic refrigerator, clear है। now again let's apply first law of thermodynamics here. So according to first law of thermodynamics, so what is first law of thermodynamics for a cyclic device? So first law of thermodynamics for cyclic device is cyclic integral of heat is equal to cyclic integral of work, okay. So cyclic integral of heat will be Q1 minus Q2 and cyclic integral of work is, okay. Again, if you go through the block diagram of a domestic refrigerator, work is required to drive the compressor, throttle valve, it will not produce any work or it will not consume any work, okay. So work is negligible in case of throttle valve, or during throttling process the amount of work interaction is negligible, so we neglected that. So only work that is associated is work required to drive the compressor in domestic refrigerator. Okay, clear? Okay, so according to this, the first law of thermodynamics will be W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. Now let's come to the performance of refrigerator. Okay, so performance of refrigerator. Okay. So performance, one of the parameter is efficiency. It is output upon input. But here, in case of the refrigerator and heat pumps, are the devices in which the direction of heat flow is against the nature. ठीक है, नेचुरल हीट फ्लो जो होता है वो हाई टेम्परेचर से लो टेम्परेचर होता है. But in refrigerator and heat pump, the heat flow is against the natural flow of the heat, that is low temperature to high temperature. So in such devices, the performance is measured in terms of coefficient of performance. Or it is famous with the name. In short, it is written as COP, or it is also pronounced as COP. Okay. So coefficient of performance is nothing but a COP. It is popular with the name COP, short form, coefficient of performance COP, or it is also pronounced as COP of a refrigerator. Okay. So again, this coefficient of performance is nothing but a output upon. Now tell me, what is the output of the refrigerator? And what will be the input to the refrigerator? जैसे हीट इंजन का आउटपुट था वर्क, मैकेनिकल वर्क इज द आउटपुट फ्रॉम द हीट इंजन, and input is amount of heat liberated due to combustion of fuel, that is input to the heat engine. So performance of heat engine is measured in terms of efficiency, and efficiency is always output upon input. So output is work, input is amount of heat liberated due to combustion of fuel. So we can measure the performance of cyclic heat engine. So similarly, the performance of refrigerator is measured in terms of coefficient of performance. Okay, so it is popular with COP, abbreviation or short form of coefficient of performance, and again it is output upon input. So just tell me, what will be the output from the refrigerator? Okay, what is the purpose or objective of a refrigerator? क्यों यूज करते हैं हम रेफ्रिजरेटर? एटलीस्ट इतना तो बताओ. Why we use the refrigerator? Refrigerator is almost need. It's a part of need. जैसे फूड शेल्टर, food shelter and clean air is the need of the any person. So again, some additional devices are added into the need. जैसे मोबाइल हो गया, मोबाइल is a need. वैसे रेफ्रिजरेटर is a part of the need. Okay, so why we use the refrigerator? किस लिए यूज करते हैं रेफ्रिजरेटर? अरे खूप सोपा प्रश्न विचारला आहे मी. रेफ्रिजरेटर कशासाठी यूज करतो आपण, कशासाठी रेफ्रिजरेटर वापरतो? बघितलेलं आहे रेफ्रिजरेटर? ॲटलीस्ट आन्सर इन येस ऑर नो.
यस सर.
कशासाठी वापरतो आपण रेफ्रिजरेटर? रेफ्रिजरेटर बघितलेलं आहे?
सर ते बॉडी टेम्परेचर मेंटेन ठेवायसाठी म्हणजे त्यासाठी यूज होते ते.
करेक्ट. रेफ्रिजरेटर आपण वापरतो कशासाठी? वी यूज रेफ्रिजरेटर टू प्रिझर्व द फूड व्हेजिटेबल्स फॉर लॉंगर ड्युरेशन. बरोबर आहे. आपलं काही फूड उरलेलं असेल किंवा काही प्रिझर्व फूड असेल, काही पॅकेटमधलं फूड असेल, ते प्रिझर्व करण्यासाठी, प्रिझर्व करणं म्हणजे वी कॅन यूज दॅट फूड ऑर व्हेजिटेबल फॉर लॉंगर ड्युरेशन. जर आपण ओपन ॲटमॉस्फिअरमध्ये व्हेजिटेबल ठेवल्यात, फ्रूट्स ठेवले, तर ते लवकर खराब होतात. आणि तेच जर आपण रेफ्रिजरेटरमध्ये ठेवलेत, सो वी कॅन यूज दॅट फ्रूट्स ऑर व्हेजिटेबल फॉर लॉंगर ड्युरेशन्स. करेक्ट आहे? बरोबर आहे. एकदम सोप्या भाषेत रेफ्रिजरेटर आपण कशासाठी वापरतोय? फ्रूट्स आणि व्हेजिटेबल प्रिझर्व करण्यासाठी, लॉंगर ड्युरेशनमध्ये यूज करण्यासाठी. किंवा आता कोल्ड स्टोरेजेस आलेले आहेत, मोठमोठे कोल्ड स्टोरेजेस असतात. सो कोल्ड स्टोरेज इज नथिंग बट अ व्हेरी लार्ज रेफ्रिजरेटर. खूप मोठं रेफ्रिजरेटर. आपल्या घरात जे असतं ते छोटं डोमेस्टिक रेफ्रिजरेटर असतं. So that cold storages are used to store grains, food for longer duration. ठीक है? And how it preserve the vegetables and fruits? So it will store that vegetables and fruit at a temperature lower than the surrounding temperature. ठीक आहे? त्याच्यामुळे रेफ्रिजरेटरचं डोअर जर ओपन केलं, सो यू विल फील अ कोल्डनेस. एकदम थंड वाटतं. ओके. So refrigerator maintain the temperature inside a compartment lower than the surrounding temperature. म्हणजे आपण त्या फ्रूट्स आणि व्हेजिटेबल काय करतो? ॲटमॉस्फेरिक टेम्परेचरपेक्षा कमी टेम्परेचरला स्टोअर्ड करतो आणि त्याच्यामुळे त्या फ्रूट्स आणि व्हेजिटेबलचं लाईफ वाढतं. बरोबर? ओके. सो ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह ऑफ रेफ्रिजरेटर इज टू मेंटेन द लोअर टेम्परेचर दॅन द सराउंडिंग. ठीक आहे. आणि ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह कसं मेंटेन होतं? So the objective is maintain. Again come back to the block diagram. Okay. So I mark this lower temperature T2. Okay. So the purpose of refrigerator is to maintain the lower temperature. So let's say that temperature is T2. The objective of refrigerator is to maintain the T2 temperature. And how this refrigerator is maintaining T2 temperature? So it will maintain the lower temperature lower than the surrounding by removing certain amount of heat. So how much amount of heat is removed? So Q2. So Q2 is the desired effect or output of the refrigerator, or you can even simplify this as output is equal to desired effect. And what will be the input to the refrigerator? Input is always work, because without work the refrigerator will not run, it will not operate. बरोबर आहे. इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी जर नसेल किंवा पॉवर ऑफ झालेलं असेल, पॉवर फेल्युअर झालेलं असेल किंवा चुकून बटन बंद झालेलं असेल रेफ्रिजरेटरचं, सो दॅट रेफ्रिजरेटर विल नॉट वर्क. मीन्स इनपुट टू द रेफ्रिजरेटर इज वर्क and desired effect is, again if you come back to this block diagram, the refrigerator T2 temperature maintain कशामुळे करते? So it is maintaining lower temperature or temperature lower than surrounding only when Q2 amount of heat is removed. Okay, so the desired effect is Q2 here, and work input is W. So the COP of refrigerator is equal to Q2 by W, or according to first law of thermodynamics, work is equal to Q1 minus. So if you know the amount of heat removed by the refrigerator and amount of heat given to the high temperature reservoir, we can calculate theoretically the COP of cyclic refrigerator. Clear? If you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay. So far we covered cyclic heat engine and cyclic refrigerator. Okay, so again I am repeating the refrigerator. Okay, so there are 4 basic components of a refrigerator, mechanical refrigeration system, which works on VCC. So there is a compressor, condenser, throttle valve, and evaporator. Okay, again these 4 are the steady flow devices. So steady flow energy equation is applicable to compressor, condenser, throttle valve as well as evaporator. Okay, and then we draw the ब्लॉक डायग्राम ऑफ रेफ्रिजरेटर. जैसे हमने हीट इंजन का ब्लॉक डायग्राम ड्रॉ किया था वैसे ही हमने रेफ्रिजरेटर का ब्लॉक डायग्राम ड्रॉ किया. एंड दिस रेफ्रिजरेटर इज एक्सट्रैक्टिंग और रिमूविंग heat from low temperature reservoir, and thereby it will maintain the temperature lower than the surrounding temperature. So let's say T2 is the temperature maintained by using a refrigerator, and to maintain this T2 temperature, refrigerator is extracting or removing Q2 amount of heat. Okay, and this heat is removed by consuming W amount of work, and then Q1 amount of heat is rejected to the high temperature reservoir. Okay, so this is the block diagram of cyclic refrigerator. Then we apply first law of thermodynamics. So from this we get work required to drive the refrigerator is nothing but amount of heat added minus amount of heat rejected. Then we come to the performance of refrigerator. So performance of refrigerator or performance of the devices in which the direction of heat flow is from low temperature to high temperature. Their performance is measured in terms of COP, that is coefficient of performance, and it is defined as desired effect upon work supplied. Okay, or output upon input. It is similar like the efficiency, output upon input. So output from refrigerator or heat pump is the desired effect, and input is always a work. So refrigerator and heat pump will not work without supply of external work. Okay, so we define desired effect is Q2. By removing Q2 amount of heat, the refrigerator is maintaining T2 temperature, and the amount of work required is W. Okay, so COP of refrigerator will be Q2 by W, and Q2 divided by W is nothing but Q1 minus Q2. So by this way we can theoretically calculate the COP of cyclic refrigerator. Okay, so let me know your doubts if you have any doubts. So please wait a minute so that I can download the attendance. Okay, if you don't have any doubt, so I consider you understand the topic. Okay, so let's stop here. So we'll continue in next lecture the cyclic heat pump. Okay, and then we are going to compare heat engine, refrigerator, and heat pump. So bye student, have a nice day.